Today is supposedly National Coming Out Day, so I just wanted to make a quick video kind of talking about coming out, talking about my experience coming out, maybe giving you some tips about coming out. But yeah, before we get into it, I just want to say there isn't like one certain way to come out. There isn't a valid way to come out. There isn't a valid way and an invalid way to be LGBT. If you're LGBT, you're LGBT. You don't have to be out to be valid. You don't have to come out to every single person you meet to be valid. Like, yeah, just do what you need to do for your life. But anyway, my experience with coming out has been a little strange. So I'm bisexual, if you don't know. I get asked this all the time. The most irritating question to be asked is, do you like girls or boys? With the or in between, as if those are the only options. Not how it works. There is a B in LGBT, means bisexual. So you can like boys and girls. I know, mind-blowing. But anyway, so like I said, I've had a strange experience. My family comes from Poland, which is a little behind, I guess, in terms of like LGBT rights, human rights in general, women's rights. We're, fairly behind other countries, especially places like England, Germany, Ireland, that kind of stuff. So my parents, quite old-fashioned, generally not good about LGBT stuff. I don't think they're particularly accepting of things like that. So, you can imagine, growing up, you kind of pick up on that stuff. You kind of have a good idea of whether your parents are generally accepting of that stuff or not so much, or if they don't care. You do get a general idea, even if it's not something that's talked about in your household. But even before I kind of came to the conclusion that, yes, I was bisexual, I was very much in favor of equal rights for everyone. You do you. I have two younger brothers, but at that time I only had one younger brother because the other one wasn't born yet. And I just felt like, he's growing up and my parents are probably not going to teach him about the fact that there are different types of families. So I wanted to sit him down and just be like, hey, there can be two moms, there can be two dads, there can be a single mom, a single dad, and all families are valid. And I don't know, I just wanted to tell him about it. I wanted to instill that in him just because I would hate to think that he would ever go and see someone maybe who had a different family and would pick on them for that. So I just wanted to let him know, as well as kind of letting him know, hey, that's okay. If for some reason you ever end up attracted to boys, that's okay. So I did that. It was an awkward conversation just because our family doesn't really speak on a personal level like that. We don't have those kind of deep conversations. It's a shame, but we just don't. So it was a little awkward. It was a little strange. But I think we both found that rewarding, if that's a good word to use. I don't know if he'd say the same thing, but I thought it was a good conversation to have. So that was it wasn't coming out per se, but it was my first kind of speaking about LGBT stuff openly to family members. But I came out to my parents kind of via a letter, but it was kind of overshadowed by other big things going on in my life. So I don't know if that ever properly got through to them, or we've never spoken about it. I don't think. No, I don't think we've ever mentioned it ever since then. So, I mean, I assume they know, but I still wouldn't be 100% comfortable bringing a guy back home if I did end up having a boyfriend. So it's a strange situation. And when it comes to friends, I've had a great experience. None of my friends cared. Everyone has been supportive. I try to surround myself with people who are generally accepting. Just because, I'm not saying that just because, you're ignorant about LGBT rights, you're automatically a bad person. A lot of people have a lot of learning to do and they just haven't gotten there yet. But I don't know, I just tend to like to surround myself with people who give out positive energy and are positive. So that was kind of my experience with family, friends. In terms of school, I did have a limited experience when it comes to school. So basically, when it comes to schools, you can have teachers that are super supportive, but if the principal is not supportive, you're not really gonna go anywhere. And that's sort of what happened to not me necessarily, but people in my school. We didn't really have anything like a GSA, which is a gay straight alliance, if you didn't know, or like an LGBT club or anything. And I lived in a small village, so there was no resources really at all if you're LGBT. So someone in my class, someone in my year, went around trying to get a petition going to try and set up a gay straight alliance. They got a lot of signatures, certainly more than enough to warrant setting one up. But they were basically just told to stop before they get in trouble by the staff. So anyway, in a nutshell, those were my kind of experience with coming out. Obviously, seeing as I am on social media, I get this question a lot. So I find myself, I guess, coming out a lot, as like every single time someone asks me, oh, are you gay? Are you straight? Are you bi? Do you like girls or boys? Constantly, I'm kind of coming out. So the thing is, coming out is a process. And a lot of people treat it like this big, massive, once-off event in your life. And don't get me wrong, the first time you tell yourself, I'm going to come out, or the first time you come out to your best friend, the first time you come out to your family, is a big deal. And, you know, you're perfectly justified in making a big deal out of it. But when speaking about coming out, I think it's a bit more useful to speak about it in terms of it being a continuous process. Because, you know, it never really stops, realistically. Unless you marry someone and then you're everyone just perceives you to be whatever sexuality confirms your marriage. So if you're a guy married to a guy, you'll be seen as gay, and probably nobody will ask you about your sexuality again if they know you're married to a guy. But until then, you probably will have to come out to people now and again. Obviously, sexuality is completely personal to you, and there is absolutely no reason to come out to random acquaintances if you don't feel the need to. Some people like to do it for safety reasons, just because they want to be closer to that person, just because maybe they know the other person is queer and they want to bond over it. There's many reasons why you might choose to come out to someone. There's also many reasons why you would choose not to come out to someone, and each choice is perfectly valid. So here's the thing. Today, on this National Coming Out Day, I want you all to know that no matter where you are in your journey on this earth, no matter how many times you have come out, whether that is absolutely 0, whether that's 1, 2, 50,000 times, you're perfectly valid. Whether you think that you don't ever want to have to come out again, or whether you think, I don't think I can come out for the next 5-10 years, that's fine. That's perfectly valid. You have to do what you have to do in order to live your life and get on with your life. There are many reasons why people can't immediately come out. You might have an unsupportive family, and it's just a sad fact of life. It is unfortunate. I am hopeful that this is slowly changing and shifting, but there is still people who are very unaccepting of it, and it's a shame. But I also want you to know that if you do have an unsupportive family, if maybe you face rejection by friends whom you thought would be there for you when you come out, you're not alone. You know, there is so many people out here who have gone through similar experiences. There are so many people out there who maybe haven't gone through similar experiences, but have so much love to go around and would love to have a friend like you. So no matter where you are in your life and your coming out journey, I just want you to know that you're not alone, and you should 100% be proud of who you are, no matter how many people know that you're LGBT. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who knows. It matters that you know who you are. That's kind of all I wanted to say on the topic. I just want to make a really quick video just because it is National Coming Out Day and I haven't made a video in a while, and I just wanted it to kickstart or kick my ass to get back into making them. If this video actually is okay quality and whatever, I'll probably make them a lot more often. It's a little easier to do them on my iPhone. And I'm really sorry about this dangly bit, if it's been dangling all video long. It is a microphone. I am trying to have sound that is not absolutely awful, and I'm hoping to get a microphone soon. But to get a microphone, I also need to have a camera that the microphone can attach to. And at the moment, I just do not have the spare finances to do that. I'm hoping to do that soon. It is on my to-do list. In the meantime, please do bear with me. and thank you if you do. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you leave a like, comment and tell me, are you in the LGBT community? Are you an ally? When was the first time you came out and how did that go? Anyway, if you want to see more content from me, please make sure you subscribe. So thank you for watching and I will see you next time. Bye!